All right, Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with the WBO World Welterweight Champion of the World, Brian Norman Jr. makes his ring return on March 29th in Las Vegas against Derek Cuevas. First and foremost, how excited are you to defend your World Championship title?
I'm very excited. I feel like a champion is not a champion until their first title defense. So I got a wonderful competitor coming against me. So it's time that I prove myself that I am the real deal champion.
So a lot of media guys won't do this. I'm going to be very transparent. When you went into your championship fight, a lot of people kind of sided with the performance that Santillan had, prior. And I know that when we last spoke, you kind of said like it kind of took some of the pressure away a little bit of having to perform a certain way. You got to just kind of focus on yourself. What's going to be different from now? Because you silenced a lot of the media critics, all the people who picked against you, who favored him, you now became a champion. So now everyone's going to have an expectation of you not being this kind of guy that's the underdog. And since now they're expecting you to go out there, dominate, and be one of the top guys in the welterweight division.
My thoughts on that is I don't care about anybody else's expectations. I got expectations of myself, and it's actually higher than what they can ever imagine. So
Hmm.
as long as I keep doing me and I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, everything gonna be all fine and dandy. A lot of people don't think I'm a champion, even though I got the belt right now. They don't think I deserve it. A lot of people think I'm gonna lose my next fight as well. So with this fight and every fight going forward, I really don't care about what people say. I'm out here to get mine.
At some point in your boxing career, did you care, I guess, a little too much? And now with this feeling of like, hey, I know what I need to do, kind of like this a grown man mentality. Was that the switch that kind of, I guess, or was you always like this and just it was never expressed out in the media?
No, I used to care. I used to care. That actually what messed me up because I cared. Okay,
Hmm.
it's like I said, a whole lot of pressure, a whole lot of you worry about the wrong things. So now for the first time in my whole life, I've been dropped back in March last year. I got dropped for the first time. I seen how the people did me right then, and before that, November 2023, Quentin Randall, I won the fight versus Olympic guy, but the fans still turned against me. In my opinion, the fight was trash too, so I ain't even mad at him. But I just seen how the fact that I wasn't really worried about myself, I was worried about what everybody else thinking. So it was messing up my mind, it was messing up my performance. So now, like you just said, grown man mentality, man, I gotta get this work in. You just happen to be a victim. Forget what these folks talking about. We in this thing.
I know there was original unifications that, people were gonna go back and forth, Eddie Hearn should have paid more, right? Or they said, oh,
Hmm.
Brian he priced out, at this point, neither here, it doesn't matter. You want to be unified, you want to be undisputed. And at some point, this has to be figured out. Is that how you feel after if you get past your opponent?
Most definitely. So right after this fight, we can get a champion, another unification fight in, undisputed fight right after that. So I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm 24 years old. I'm gonna be at the welterweight division for a smooth little minute. So yeah, we're going to get these fights in.
For a very long time, there's been these like urban myths or rumors of you having these amazing sparring matches with people and kind of either people said like you got the best of or kind of like sound like a boogeyman kind of situation.
Yeah.
Do you feel that what you were able to do in these kind of urban myth stories with fighters that they like Tank or they say like Terrence has the world actually got to see that version in your professional did we get to see a little bit of that in your last fight if that kind of makes sense?
Um, Probably seen just a little bit of it for real. Cause now those was like future, Hall of Fame was right there. So
Hmm.
um, and I was even younger at the time when I sparred him. So um. No, I don't really think y'all seen much at all. And that's actually the little myths like you just talking about. That's what messed me up because I was trying to live up to it. You ain't got to live up to nothing. You are that. So,
Hmm.
um, no, just go out there and keep doing my thing, keep doing me. Don't worry about what they saying. But y'all haven't seen anything yet. Probably the next fight, and I'm still getting the
Hmm.
ball running because one performance don't mean nothing. I need to drop another one and another one and another one. You don't become you don't become Michael Jackson by just dropping one album and then go and go. So one hit wonder is nothing. We got to be
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah. And what's been consistent right now is the Norman, right? Your dad just got the win over Greg. you
Oh
know,
yeah.
so I know that got you super amped up, and now,
Mhm.
you know, it's your turn to show out. What do you know about your opponent, and do you feel like he's a worthy opponent of the championship title?
I feel like he is very worthy. I feel
Hmm.
like every man that steps into the ring, first off, is very respected, very respectful because it takes a lot to step into that ring off rip and then to work his way up the ranks. Great record, whole lot of knockouts, tough fighter coming to, shake up the world, same way I did last year.
Hmm.
So no, I think it's gonna be a great fight.
Awesome. In this fight that comes up, people are going to see you first, and they're going to see Boots and Stanionis, and
Mhm.
I know that maybe you might want to be in attendance, or maybe you might just chill out the coziness in your home, with your pops,
Mhm.
and just kind of hang out. But you know, um, how do you think that fight goes out, and who do you see that you would have to face a unification bout between
Uh,
the two?
I, I I can't really say anything simply because, well, I'm gonna say two reasons. I really haven't
Hmm.
watched Stanionis
Hmm.
that much. I just seen clips on him. I really don't watch present day boxing that much, so it's not
Hmm.
just a him thing. I just really don't watch present day boxing that much. I just watch little clips on him, so I know he a very very tough fighter. He coming to same thing. He a champion for a reason, so I can't really
Hmm.
say who gonna win because we see a lot of upsets all the time. He a champion for a reason, so we can't just sleep on anybody. I've seen a lot of people going towards Boots. I can understand why, but it's two men in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, there's also a lot of people that's gone against Boots after the Karen performance and in that sense. So, I mean, do you see holes? Because I know you sparred with Boots. I mean, do you see holes a little bit? Did it kind of get your mouth salivating a little bit? Like, because they were talking a lot, essentially
Yeah.
about you, and so I mean,
Every everybody that goes against me got one hole in that game, and the fact that Brian Number Jr. is opposed them. So if you step into the ring with me, you have a whole lot of holes in your game now. So I don't care who he fought in the past, who he fights in the future. Whoever steps in the ring with me, now you got a hole in your game.
that's awesome. I love the confidence. And like you said, only at the age of 24. So, my last set of questions before I let you go is that, you get past, your tough title defense, against a worthy guy, Derek Cuevas, 27-1. Do you see yourself being really active this year? If the unification will happen two, three times, and is that what you're going to push Top Rank to do?
Shoot, I hope so. I want to fight three more times after this. It's possible. What is it, March? Yeah, so I'm gonna say like three more times after this if possible. Shoot, even four. Throw another one in there. So now at
Mhm.
the end of the day, I joined boxing because I like to fight. I love the training. I love the training camps. I love that aspect of it. I love the progression of myself. And the only way to
Mhm.
do that is to get in the gym, train. But why do we train? We train to fight. So get a fight in. Okay, this where I'm at. Get back in the gym, train, back again. So no, I need to be as active as possible.
I mean, there's a lot of names coming up to keep your division active. Guys like Devin and Ryan and Rolly and all these names coming up. Does that excite you a little bit more? These names versus maybe a title? Like, let me knock off a guy that everybody knows in the household versus maybe. Does that get your
Um,
blood going a little bit?
all these names come to the division, all the names even at the division right now. It makes me happy and it makes me proud simply because they believe in themselves, as so do I. So now it's all for the hard work to speak for itself. And I know for a fact I work the hardest. So with that being said, 2025 is going to be a great year.
Awesome. And it starts on March 29th out in Las Vegas, first title
Mhm.
defense. Very appreciate you answer all the questions. Very classy interview. Is there anything you want to tell the fight fans out there to be tuning in, getting ready to watch you throw
Just
some
tune in.
sledgehammers?
Yeah, just tune in March 29th. You're gonna see some sludge, hammers, whatever you want to see. Just know it's gonna be a show. Coming from my opponent as well. I think you said, he bigger than me, he's stronger than me, and all those fine and physical things. Congratulations. You may be physical, but skills is bigger than anything.